Governor Nixon, in the last several years, you've emphasized education and business initiatives in the state. Do you see those coming together at this time?
I really do. With the unemployment rate dropping, with us having the resources finally to make some of the long-awaited investments, the targeted investments in schools, I think we're in a situation now where we're seeing that good schools can provide good jobs, and there's things we need to do. That's why we're putting more dollars in preschool. That's why we need to fully fund the foundation formula. That's why we're having more rigor in our schools with the new increased standards. That's why at the college level we've been the #1 in the country as far as keeping tuition increases down, while at the same time making investments for STEM initiatives and other things. The bottom line is education is the best economic development tool there is. We're seeing now, as our unemployment rate dropped yet again to under 6%, that as our economy moves back, what businesses need is good, strong workers, and these schools help lay the groundwork to do just that.
In your State of the State speech, you did talk about the fully funding or moving toward full funding. Talk about the total amount to the state and the impact to the Joplin schools again.
Right, there'll be $2.4 million next year to the Joplin school districts. That's all across. In 2005, the foundation formula was passed. It's time we got to the task of fully funding it so that the equity that it's designed to provide around the state, as well as the opportunity for schools to continue to move forward. Now, as the economy gets back, is the time to live up to the commitment that we make to these school kids to fully fund the foundation formula. I'm confident as the economy continues to improve, we're going to have the resources to do that. I think it's a good expenditure of dollars.
Do you have any concerns? Some state lawmakers don't agree with the revenue amounts. Do you feel like you're going to get some pushback there?
Well, I mean, the early part of the session, there's certainly disagreements, but I think that the economy is moving forward. We saw our budget projections for next year show about a 5% increase, and when you compare that to December, where we were on 6.4% increase, just sales tax alone, you begin to see it, the churning back. Yesterday's announcement that we're going to 6 months early retire that obligation on unemployment, which will be a $186 million tax cut for Missouri businesses, is another example of how the economy is moving back here in the Show Me State. I'll be leaving from here, and I've got to be up in Fort Zumwalt District up in St. Charles County that's growing like crazy, and the reason it is we're building a brand new auto plant there in Wentzville, $500 million to build the new Chevrolet Canyon and Chevrolet Colorado right here in Missouri. So we're seeing this economy come back, and I think that that means that we should stay fiscally disciplined, but invest those additional dollars in places that can make the most difference in schools for that place.
Governor, talk about how special it was for you to be governor during the tornado. Obviously that wasn't special, but also to be governor to see this.
Well, I mean, it is a lot of, shared a lot of emotions with Dr. Huff this morning. I mean, this when you see concrete positive examples of what can happen from that devastation, and you appreciate how if a community comes together, what can happen. It's just very fulfilling. I mean, I think back about the horrific nature of what happened here, and I also say that people in Joplin and this job, I mean, you go to a lot of disaster sites. I mean, Missouri has a lot of bad weather. We have ice storms, we have floods, we have snowstorms, we have tornadoes, we have pretty much everything, and I see throughout the state, unlike sometimes other places, is that the communities coming together to rebuild and make it even stronger is just a great model. But Joplin, the size and magnitude of this exceeded kind of with all of the attention here. It's become a positive example for our country and for the world, and so when you can see concrete steps forward like this new school, supported by the voters, built on time, delivered on time, to give these kids an opportunity to get a world-class education right here in Joplin, it's just a very exciting day.
Equally important, other people said too, the journey's not done yet, and you issued a challenge to people in Joplin too. Continue to be involved in the school system. Yeah,
I mean, the buildings are just a very small part of what a school is. I mean, really, it's the teachers and it's the kids and everything else. This is just a shell of what needs to get done, and that challenge needs to continue. We're going to have to be internationally competitive in our schools. We're going to need to continue to raise our game. The world's moving forward too, and the economy of the future is a worldwide economy. We got to continue to challenge ourselves and challenge these kids to continue to improve.
You've got an R8 administrator coming to Western Governors University. Do you feel like Dr. Bessendorfer's experiences here will help with the university level?
Yeah, we're really excited about that. And Western Governors University has been operating in the country for a while. It provides that kind of targeted opportunity for education for folks that are out of the workforce. Most of the folks that access Western Governors University courses are in their 30s and 40s. It's really an opportunity for us. And, you have in Missouri over 700,000 people that have college hours that aren't in school that don't have a degree. It's a huge gap when you look at a state the size of 6 million. And if we can close that gap and increase the earning opportunity and economic independence of those folks through things like Western Governors University, we'll keep this economy moving forward. I think with her experience here and her deep commitment to education at all levels, I think Angie Bessendorfer is going to do a great job for Missourians all across the Show Me State.
Time for one more. Unless, this is off this topic, but you had mentioned last year that Fulton was something that you really wanted to invest some dollars in. Do you think you've got the traction to make that happen this year?
Well, I think we clearly. I mean, the first hearings this morning. It's in the supplemental budget. I think that it's important for folks to realize about that Fulton Mental Hospital there that it services the entire state. It is where the most difficult and challenging cases go, some of which you have done unspeakable things to them or themselves or others and are at great risk. And that community has been supportive of that. That facility was built in 1851. It is time to build a new one. And consequently, with the debt that we've retired as a state and the opportunity we have here for very low interest bonds, it's time to move forward and get that done. I think we've got a good bipartisan group supporting it. I appreciate their help, folks like, not to go through specific legislators, but my sense is that this is the year we get that done.